What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Big C6 here today doing a video. Sorry if the camera quality is a little shitty. I just got my desktop back up and working. Um, Next time you guys see me, this shit over here probably will not be here anymore. Been working on trying to get my room completely cleaned. But I'm doing this video because I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the Game Awards last night. I wasn't too happy. Wasn't too thrilled. Half of those games, I would say almost all of them except for one, I would actually play. I'm not into first person. I can't stand first person games. I don't like no space games. I don't like no Japanese, Chinese style games. I've only ever played maybe one or two like Japanese style type of games. That was Sleeping Dogs, which I still have, which is a great game. However, the one game that got me super hyped up that I am super excited for there, actually there's two games I would probably play. And that one was Mafia the Old Country. Now, I've played all the Mafia games except for the old ass ones, which, I don't know. But anyway, my thing is that they had people so hyped up about this Game Awards, GTA won the most anticipating game of the year yet again, which I'm not saying they don't deserve, because they do. But however, they could have fucking showed us something. At least, something. But they didn't give us nothing whatsoever. It's been well over a year since GTA 6 has even shown us a trailer. So, I'm wondering what the hell is going on. I have a weird feeling that they might give us a delay till 2026. So, what's going to happen, I believe, is this. I think Mafia Old Country is going to come out. The game is going to be a banger, right? Summer 2024. Or 2025, sorry. And then what's going to happen is it's going to come out and we're all going to love it. And then GTA 6 is going to be like, oh, game's in delay. Won't come out until next year. Which is going to suck because the game, they had it so anticipated and so hyped up that, people were expecting this game to drop. And, the fucked up thing is... Sorry. The fucked up thing is that you got us all waiting, You had us at the Game Award, which kind of made me mad because I stayed up specifically the 3 hours to see if there was anything about GTA 6 that was going to be at the Game Awards last night. However, unfortunately, that's not what happened. What ended up fucking happening was they showed Mafia the Old Country, which that game looks phenomenal. Hangar 13, I think, is going to kill it with this game. It looks great. I will definitely be buying that day one. I will be pre-ordering that son of a bitch as soon as pre-orders come out. Just like with GTA 6. As soon as pre-orders drop, I will be pre-ordering that game. They also brought up WWE 2K24 in there, which I knew they probably weren't going to win because, honestly, to tell you guys the truth, 2K has technically dropped 2K24, if you want my opinion. All they really give a shit about anymore is the damn My Faction shit. No one cares about that, really. Like, who gives a fuck about My Faction? I really don't care. Like, yeah, okay, cool, the Persona cards are cool, but the goddamn things are so expensive that in order for you to get the cards, you have to grind and grind and grind and grind. And then, if you don't grind enough, you don't get the cards. And then if you don't get the cards, you can't just turn around and buy them anytime you want because they only put specific cards in the card market. So, to be specific about that, I think next year, 2K25, which we'll be hearing about probably next month sometime, January. We usually do around January-ish. They start giving us information about the next game and all that. I think we're going to still end up getting stuck with My Faction, unfortunately. Can't stand the damn game mode. I don't play it that much. I've tried it this year only for the Persona cards. I think we're also going to have some kind of damn, showcase mode again. I think if they're going to keep showcase mode, they need to totally revamp that shit. Stop with this stupid ass, I can't stand the whole watching, I think they call it the boomerang effect or some shit like that, where it goes from like the video into the game and then back to video, and that's so stupid. And then they give you so many damn things to achieve in order to unlock shit. Like, okay, fine, whatever. But you're only playing like a couple minutes of the match, and then bam, you're going into a cutscene, and then the cutscene goes into a video, and then the video goes back to the game, and then it's like, dude, seriously? You don't need to do all that. I'm also hoping they kind of revamp and redo my Rise this year and do something completely different with it, because my Rise last year was pretty good. It was okay. Wasn't enough story in there for me, though. I'm tired of this repetitive bullshit. And that's exactly what 2K does every year. They will copy and paste, and then turn around and add new shit on top of what they just pasted to make it look like they tried to put in effort. 2K24 is a great game, don't get me wrong. I love 2K24, that's a start. I think, personally, myself, they should just get rid of the games for the old consoles, Xbox One, PS4, shit like that, because what it's doing is it's holding back on the newer generation of consoles, PS5, Series X, Series S, shit like that. And the reason I say this is because these servers in this game are fucking atrocious. Absolutely atrocious, you guys. If you have not played 2K24, please go try it. Try them servers. They absolutely suck ass. So 2K, I know you probably will never watch this video because my channel is not that big, but if you guys do, fucking fix your shitty ass servers, dude. Your servers are absolutely terrible. They are just trash, garbage. I was in the middle of my faction match. Like I said, I did try my faction this year just for the Persona cards. I was in the middle of trying to do one of the live events one time. This happened to me twice. In the middle of the match, and the fucking thing just crashed on me. Like, it went back to the main screen of the game. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? Try to get in there, servers down, whatever. Just like in community creations. You go in there, you want to download some people, you're in the middle of downloading it, and then all of a sudden, bam. And then you gotta go back in, you look, it didn't even download at all. It's like, seriously? Like, what the fuck, man? So I think if they did away with the old versions of the games and started just focusing on PS5, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X and S, the games not only would look better, but they would play better. We could get more in there. Like, I get it. It's a lot to make a game within a year. And that's what people don't understand is, like, they bitch and complain about these games being, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. But yet, they have to put this game out every single year, which has got to be a pain in the ass, I would imagine. I don't know why they don't try to work a contract out with WWE where they put out a game and then they wait like a year and a half to 2 years and put out another game, and they just update this one until that next game comes out. That would make more sense. That would also make them more money if you really think about it, because we're suckers. Yeah, we're going to put this game. They're going to put these games out every year. Yes, we're going to buy them. Why? Because right now that's the only damn sort of wrestling games that's out there. Until Ultra Pro Wrestling and the Wrestling Code comes out. Wrestling Code may be years away from even dropping, you know what I'm saying? These guys are with this game kind of like GTA is, or just like Rockstar is with GTA. They're so secretive. And I get it, it's only a studio of like 12 people or whatever, but dude, listen, if you guys are going to fucking talk about this game, and you're going to talk about all these things that you want to do, you need to start putting out more videos. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I'm going to be doing a video exactly on those two games. Ultra Pro Wrestling, the Wrestling Code. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinions of what I think should and should not be in the game, other shit like that. But right now we're talking about the Game Awards. So, watching the Mafia, the Old Country trailer last night made me start thinking, like, that's kind of, it looks a little Red Dead Redemption-ish, you know what I mean? But I'm fine with that. Completely different, completely new. They give us a new protagonist called Enzo. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to have two protagonists or just one. But if you look there's a certain scene in the game where you see Enzo standing next to this other guy. And he's got like a kind of shorter hair. And he's smoking a cigarette. They're watching a car burn. I'm not sure if that's going to be the other protagonist. I think we're only just going to have one. I think at the end of this game, Enzo is going to end up turning on the main guy. and he's gonna end up taking over everything. And he's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm the guy now," blah blah blah. Because it just has that feeling to where, you're going to get into this game, you're going to get immersed into this game. And let's say it's 50 hours, let's say it's 100 hours, let's say it's 25 hours, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's say it's that. Well, let's say we get immersed into this game, and then the next thing we know, they're giving us swerves and curveballs. I hope what they do in this game... Sorry, you guys. I turned my phone down. I apologize. But I hope what they do in this game is they give us a great story, and they give us things to fucking do. Mafia, the Definitive Edition, was a great game, but they did not give us much to do at all. Them little phone calls where you had to go out, find the cars or the outfits or whatever, that was alright, but it was kind of dumb, to be honest with you. Other than that, the graphics looked great, but not all games are about graphics, you know what I mean? About gameplay. So, everybody thought that we were going to get a young Don Salieri or whatever. Now, unfortunately, no. I hope to God what they're going to do is they're going to drop this game, and then they're going to start working immediately on Mafia 4 right after that. I hope that's what they do, because this is not Mafia 4. Everybody's like, oh, this is Mafia 4. It's not Mafia 4. The guys over at Hangar 13 said they want to drop this game out, and then they want to put Mafia 4 out right behind that. I think they're doing like 3 more Mafia games or something. So maybe they're going to do Old Country, Mafia 4, then maybe Mafia 5, and then I'm hoping they're not done with the franchise. I hope they keep on going with it. Like, we are fans of the Mafia games, so we love the games. Why stop making the game? You know what I mean? Why stop the games or, whatever. If that's something that sells for you, keep making them. And I feel like last night's Game Awards was kind of like, I don't know, it was so many space-inspired games and, like, Chinese or Japanese style games. Like, I'm not saying nothing against them. Like, I have respect for every single creator and, dev team and, developers that was at the Game Awards last night. But the thing is, not every single person out there is into those type of games. I can't stand first-person games. I can't stand space games. I don't play much like Japanese, Chinese type of games because that's just not what I do. I don't play that. I'm more of a wrestling, UFC, boxing, GTA, Saints Row, fucking... When Mind's Eye comes out, I'll probably get that game. Mind's Eye. I was going to do maybe the new Witcher game. That'd be the first time I ever got it. But I'm not really into games like that. They showed last night Naughty Dog's new project. Again, a game I probably will not get. Not into space games like that. However, I have the PS5 original, and I have been playing Last of Us, and the game's pretty good so far. I will definitely be buying the second one, and when they come out with the third one, I'll probably get that too. My question is why in the flying fuck did we not see... there's a certain game that I thought they were going to show definitely tonight, or last night at the Game Awards, that they have not shown or said anything about in quite a while. I think last year, the year before, like 2 years it's been, or a year and a half, something like that, a year now. And that is... State of Decay 3. Like, what the fuck's going on with this game, bro? They're keeping that shit secretive, too. I can't stand it when these developers do this shit, because that leads us into, okay, well, I want this game, but then it makes you start thinking, well, what if I buy this game, and because they're not saying anything about it, the game is a piece of shit, or it has all these bugs, or whatever. Like, for example, 2K20. WWE 2K20, when 2K20 came out, that game was an absolute shit show. However, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I got some of my greatest creations on that game. I've been trying to find mine, I have no clue where it's at, because I wanted to get back on there and look up some of the old creations, recreate them in 2K24. Can't seem to find mine somewhere. So unfortunately, yeah. But as for like all the other games that they showed, they didn't show nothing about, Snake Eater or friggin', nothing that I really would be interested in except for Mafia the Old Country. Unfortunately, GTA 6, which is a game that all of us are anticipated for, the most anticipated game of the year. And every single game developer and game company who have, they've all come out and even said, they're steering away from trying to release their game around the same time that GTA 6 comes out, because everybody knows that when GTA 6 finally drops in fall of 2025, if that's the case, then none of them other games are even going to be touched. They're not even going to be looked at. Everybody's going to be so focused on GTA 6 and the new things that they improved on, and like what's awesome about the game. Because one of this is something you guys might not know about me. My favorite game of all time is Red Dead Redemption 2. I still go back and play that game till this day. I have it on the PS5. I have it on the Xbox. And the thing is like, that game was so amazing. The things they did, the hair growth, the weight gain, the weight loss, like feeding the horse, all the shit. Like, if they can incorporate that in GTA 6 but make it better, it will literally make this game completely different than all the rest. GTA 5, to me, I don't play it. Like, they have pushed this game and pushed this game and pushed... And they're doing with this game kind of like what they did with Roman Reigns in WWE with us when he was a champion. They kept throwing the shit in our face and throwing it in our face. And like, I'm not a GTA fan to that aspect to where I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna jump online, I'm gonna try. I don't give a fuck about online. I don't play online on anything, so I don't care about that. I'm not there to play online. I'm there to play the actual game. Because I remember back when the Nintendo 64 was out, they didn't have games where you could play online. The first ever game console that ever came out to where you could play online was a goddamn Sega Dreamcast. And that shit was one of the best systems that I ever owned. Nintendo 64 is my favorite. I missed that. I need to get another one, but I'm definitely an Aki guy. So I'm super hyped up about the virtual pro wrestling. Ultra Pro Wrestling coming out. I'm going to definitely get that game. I did talk to Sam Vallely on, I'm hoping I'm saying his last name right, Vallely, I think it is. I talked to Sam on Twitter, and he answered some of my questions, and I might be submitting some art to him of mine to put in the game, because he had said something about if I submitted some art to him, he'd put it in the game, which would be sweet, seeing my art in the game and maybe getting a credit, like at the end of the story mode or something. That'd be pretty badass. If not, it is what it is. I'll still buy the game anyway. I'll probably do like the deluxe edition or however many editions they come out with. I'll probably get the highest one. The one thing that I don't agree with that they did is they said, well, if you're a Patreon, you will get exclusive this and exclusive that. Shouldn't they be doing that with DLC as well? Like, for example, like if you buy the game, if you pre-order the game, shouldn't they give you the same shit the Patreon people get? And I'm only saying this because some people who did the Patreon, they're going to be pissed off that they didn't get certain things, you know what I'm saying? Or some people that didn't do the Patreon, I mean, are going to be mad because they didn't get certain things that the people who did the Patreon are getting. Like, I don't care about the championship belt. Yeah, it's cool or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, like, if you're going to give them extra content and then turn around and then people who pre-ordered the game ahead of time don't get the same content that the people who get it on Patreon get, that's a little not okay. But at the same time, I see it is what it is. I see where everybody's coming from. However, let's get back to talking about Mafia: The Old Country. The graphics of that game look absolutely phenomenal, you guys. I think they look great. I think so far, since Hangar 13's taken over the franchise, I think all the Mafia games have looked great so far. But it's not about how the game looks, it's about gameplay. Now, I don't know for those of you who've seen it, but if you look at the one part where Enzo's running up and ducking behind that rock and that other guy's shooting, I think that might be part of the gameplay to where it switches into gameplay, because it did say that that was cinematics and rendered just for the trailer. However, I think what they're doing is they're mixing a little bit of gameplay in there with it to show us, okay, so this is what you can do. So far, I love what I see. The horses, the old cars, shit like that. So, to me, that's cool. My question is if they're doing Sicily now, when they do GTA 4, what's they doing for GTA 4? Or not GTA 4, shit. Mafia 4, sorry. I think what they're going to do for Mafia 4 is they're going to go to a Vegas setting. And they're going to give us either old school Vegas or maybe... I think what they should do is they should kind of steer away from this old school shit for a little bit. Give us something more modern. Modern day, like... Mafia style. They're in their own look, in their own, like, you know what I mean? I might be wrong. Like, some of you might be like, oh, the old school style is better, blah, 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 whatever. You know, leave your thoughts and opinions down below. But my thing is this. We've seen so much of the old school games. Like, oh, Red Dead Redemption 2 was like whatever, and then it went into whatever when you were John, and then like then you had Red Dead 1, who was, you know, this year, and then like all these other games. Another game that I'm looking kind of forward to, and I'm kind of hoping when it comes out it's not completely like kind of too futuristic, if you know what I mean, but that's Mind's Eye. Because Leslie Benzie, who used to be a president, I do believe, of Rockstar, opened his own game studio called Build the Rocket Boy, and he's creating a game called Mind's Eye, and also another game called Everywhere, or Anywhere, or something like Everywhere, I think it's called. I'm not going to probably get the Everywhere game because that looks kind of weird to me, but I definitely will probably be checking out Mind's Eye. However, Mafia: The Old Country, I want this game to be one of those games where it's got shitloads of hours of gameplay, lots of things to do, lots of things for us to accomplish, things for us to find. And then when they drop DLC, don't be, oh, I'm going to drop DLC, I'm going to give you this, this, and this. Like 3 things, 4 things. Nah, fuck that. Give us a big-ass DLC. Expansions, bro. Something up until maybe the next game comes out, next Mafia game comes out, or maybe even give us like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of story expansion, you know, new storyline, something. I don't want the game to just come out and then people play it and love it and then all of a sudden it just dies and gets put aside. Oh, Mafia 4 is coming out after this. Oh, that game comes out, played, dead. Kind of like what 2K did with 2K24, which is sad because 2K24, they brought the game out, it was so hyped up, it had all these new match types, like 4 new match types or whatever. People were hyped about it. The game comes out, it was great at first, and then all of a sudden it's like, it became a shit show. They put the game out, ended up getting all these, like, it got, I think, the day 1 patch, and then it started fucking shit up after that. Last year's game, 2K23, every time they would put a patch out, 1 patch, you'd lose Hulk Hogan's mustache. Next patch, his mustache would be back, something else would be broken, vice versa, and it would keep doing that. This time, they put out a patch. Every time they put a patch out, they break something else. It's like, dude, if you guys can't put out patches the right way, have someone else do it. Have someone else fucking do it. Because, honestly, to tell you the truth, you're breaking more than you're actually fixing. And then for you guys to put out fucking patches and then not even fix what the fans want fixed is bullshit. These servers, dude, these fucking servers need to go. They need to seriously get rid of these servers and try something new. Another game last night, another company last night that I did not know was actually owned by 2K is Gearbox. Gearbox also now has the rights to Dead Island and Saints Row. My question is this. Since you guys also have 2 games that's kind of sort of around the same, how do I put it, like game-esque, I guess? Kind of sort of like the same style of game, and that's like gangsterish, being Mafia and GTA, does that mean you're going to bury the Saints Row franchise completely and we're never going to see another Saints Row game again? Or is Gearbox going to turn around and throw us out a new Saints Row game but make it completely different, something that we've never seen before? I think Gearbox should do that. Come out with a whole new Saints Row game, put the original Saints back in there. They own the IP and shit now, so it's not like they can't do it, because I think they could. I knew as soon as the shit was going down with Volition and Deep Silver that when the new Mafia game, or the new Saints Row game dropped, I was like, dude, this game is fucked. Completely fucked. These guys are fucked. Their jobs are fucked. Everything about this is completely fucked. And I was right. I even got on there and told them they should have been ashamed of themselves for even putting this shitty-ass game out. Don't get me wrong. I pre-ordered the game. I played it. I beat it. I beat the DLC. I did it because I wanted to try something different. The game is so woke and it's just so garbage that, like, I could recommend it to a kid. Here, try this game. They might like it. But somebody who grew up playing the original Saints Row games, no. No, that's not it. Not by any fucking means is that it. Please, for the love of Jesus, if Gearbox makes another Saints Row game, please, for the love of God, do not go woke with this shit. Go back to the gangster roots. Turn that shit back into an original again. Like, make us all excited about having Saints Row back. Or whatever. If you ever decide to bring Saints Row back. You probably won't. I would like that. That would be great, but you probably won't. Mafia of the Old Country. Sorry, I keep getting off topic. But the Mafia of the Old Country, protagonist name is going to be Enzo. Everybody, for some odd reason, Kenny Baum, I watch his channel, he did a reaction and the guy said, "Welcome Enzo." It sounded like he thought he said, "Welcome handsome." No, bro. "Welcome Enzo," he said. Which, if you look, there's a YouTube channel called Mafia Games. He predicted, I do believe, that there's going to be a protagonist named Enzo. Something like that. And he was absolutely right. I think there is going to be a love story behind this, because if you see, there's one part in the trailer where it shows a girl walking, I think, downstairs, and she has like a necklace and shit on. I think that's going to be Enzo's love interest. And I think what that is that's going to be the boss's daughter. The Dawn, or whatever it's called back in them days, that's going to be his daughter. And there's a rule when you're in the mob, or whatever, the mafia, you don't fuck with the boss's daughter. I think Enzo is going to end up flipping this whole thing. He's going to turn on the guy, kill him, take over, and his daughter and them, like, there's a possibility that she might die in this game, and, he might avenge her death, or live happily ever after, have babies, whatever. But I think, personally, Enzo's going to end up turning on him and taking over the entire thing. And that's how we're going to start out, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Because what they should do is, if they're going to do that like that, if they put out a DLC, they should continue the Enzo story. So, he takes over the group, and then, bing, bang, boom. Next DLC drops, and it's about him. But it's years ahead, or whatever, you know what I mean? Something like that. That would be pretty badass. I think pretty cool. And I only say this because eventually Mafia is going to come out with a game where we're going to be like, okay, so, you guys did what you guys did, but why? Like Mafia 3. A lot of people complain about Mafia 3. I liked Mafia 3. I thought it was pretty good. The graphics were great. There were certain parts about the game that was kind of, repetitive. Drive here, do this. There's a lot of games out there like that now. However, we'll have to see when Mafia of the Old Country comes out what this game is like. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be something completely different. We also seen horses in the trailer. So they're going back so far to where we have the old school cars from, like, Mafia, the Definitive Edition, and then also horses now. And if that's like an open world game to where it's going to be where you can take the horses and shit anywhere, that's going to be great. It's going to be real great. But alright, you guys. Sorry I got off topic so many times, but I just wanted to get on and tell you guys my thoughts about the Game Awards last night. I personally, myself, didn't really care for them. I thought they were kind of disappointing. Too many space games coming out. Too much space-inspired or space-esque, whatever you want to call it. I don't care much for games like that, so I won't be playing none of those. I might check out The Witcher 4. I might check out Dead by Daylight, The Beast, or whatever the hell it's called. I might not. Mafia, the Old Country, is the one game that I'm looking forward to the most. But alright, you guys. Till next time, it's been your boy Big C6, and I'm out. Peace.